guys, LianneJennifer here with another episode of Seduce Me. This time we're going to start Sam's route. I was originally going to do Matthew's route on the second game first, but I started recording and things went wrong and I recorded like, I think maybe 2 hours of content. And then I figured out it wasn't good. So I wasn't going to do that all over again. So that's why I'm going to do Sam's route now. And yeah, we have to start here again. Okay. Dus the car rolled to a stop and drifted out of my thoughts.
Here we are. Go on in.
Aye aye, stupid man. Alright, tell Mom I love her.
Alright.
Alright. I love you too. Oh! I love you, Dad. The fact that he even cannot say that. What is this person, man? No, make sure to come by and visit us often. No, I'm going to miss you lots. Nothing other than a blank stare. I paused a bit before reaching for the car door handle, waiting for any form of a goodbye. But he didn't speak again. I sighed. Well, with a father like that, you're gonna sigh a lot. A lot. Jesus. I sighed and exited the car. Hearing my dad pop open the trunk, I saw the 2 large bags I packed last night that were large enough to carry only the things I needed. I took them out, placed one bag on each shoulder, and closed the trunk. He then drove off, leaving me alone in front of the mansion. I watched the blue car fade into the distance of the road before turning to see my new home. Well, the fact that you even told him that. Sorry if you heard that, I don't know. I was just adjusting the volume of the game. There it is. It's huge. My grandfather gave me this? It's hard to believe. The house was framed by a set of tall gates, and I hesitantly pushed them aside to take in the entire estate. The house still looked like it was when I last visited him. At a glance, it seemed kind of intimidating with its size, though if I came closer it was clear that there was more to it than that. Well, it looks nice. I want to live in that house. The brick walls were framed by something and lovely flowers, giving it a homey and welcoming look. But in contrast, the tall doors into the house gave me a feeling of grandeur. Who knew what was waiting for me? But I wouldn't back down at this moment. I took out the key to the front doors and unlocked them. Well, might as well make myself at home. I'll be staying here for quite a while anyways. That's when I saw them. Lying on the floor was a group of men. They all were unconscious, but there was no explanation as to why they were there in the first place. I dropped my bags as I let the door close on its own behind me. Huh? Who the heck are these guys? Why are they here? What's going on? Some of them had opened wounds. The blood was staining the floor and the sand was intermingling with the air. Oh my god, if I would see that I would faint. I cannot take blood very well. So I would join them on the floor. I couldn't help but feel bad for them instinctively. But nevertheless, I was shocked and a bit angry at the sudden intrusion. Well, you should be. My mind suddenly went from caring and concerned to confused and demanding answers. Who are you guys? No response. I'll call the police. Still nothing. None of them seemed to be awake to answer or respond to me. It seemed surreal to have random strangers in the house I just moved into, but I wanted answers. Quickly. That was until from me.
Woman, you're going to let me kiss you.
No. Just no. I couldn't believe it myself, but within a mere blink of an eye, one of the men went from lying on the floor to being right in front of my face. Like, whoa! Face! What was even more odd was the fact that I felt serene and calm about it. Slowly, a desire burned from my chest, telling me to accept his kiss, even when my mind refused. Go ahead.
Good.
There it is again. As he kissed me, I could feel my body go weak. I didn't know why, but that kiss was draining me of my energy, and yet it was so good. It made my heart sing. It was a strange and tingling feeling that danced over every nerve of my body. I could feel streams of intangible energy run up my body into my lips. It felt odd, but at the same time, it felt amazing.
Sam, stop it.
Yes, Sam, stop it!
Hmm?
The person kissing me, Sam was his name, glanced behind him.
I said stop.
Yeah.
Now.
Now!
Fine.
Oh, this game. It's so amazing. I love it. It's just, oh my god. Yeah. The first time I played it was like, what in the world is happening? Finally he pulled back, and I was left standing there in a daze. What, huh? I couldn't tell what was going on. My mind was completely enwrapped by the kiss in my thoughts that melted into the depths of my forgotten memories.
Please forgive my brother. He's a bit reckless.
A bit? A bit?
At least I feel a hell of a lot better than you right now.
Because you used your abilities on her.
Sam, you're such a reckless brute. Taking advantage of a beautiful young woman like her.
Shut that pretty boy mouth of yours before I rip it off your pretty boy face.
Yeah, pretty boy face.
Sheesh, you guys. Can we not fight right now? Not all of us are in the best state.
I guess you are right, Matthew.
I agree.
However, as the man got up and started to chat freely, my thoughts began to reassemble and I remembered my confusion and anger once again, only now multiplied tenfold. What?
Huh? Did you say something beautiful?
And I exploded. What's going on? Why the hell are you all here in my house? Why are you all wounded? Why did you kiss me? Who are you guys? I couldn't help exploding, but after being taken advantage of and being left in a mush state, my words escaped without filter. I definitely scared the men around me, even a man who kissed me, if you can see his face. Wait a second. The guy who kissed me.
Ouch! What's your problem?
Youch! Nice one. What's your problem? You can't just go around forcing people to kiss you like that. Are you some kind of pervert?
Pervert! It was only a kiss!
It might meant... Once again. It might mean nothing to you, but it means a lot to me.
What? Was it your first kiss?
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying my first kiss. I'm just saying that some people it's more important.
Ow! Hey! What was that for?
So much fun. I know first kisses aren't exactly amazing and full of sparkles and something out of a fairy tale, but I had least expected it to be more than just something forced.
So it was your first kiss. Stop making such a big deal out of it.
Yeah, stop making such a big... What? How about you apologize, you motherfucker? Are you asking to get punched again?
Well, what do you want me to do? It's not like I can somehow take it back.
Now we're gonna ask for an apology. I mean, come on, have some manners. You should at least apologize. That would suffice. As if to himself, he muttered something under his breath.
Why do I always look like the bad guy? Apologies aren't my forte, but I'll try my best.
Well, that's nice. I mean, he already is putting down the apology by saying that it's not his forte. Well, at least he's going to try. So, yay!
Okay, fine. I'm sorry.
Sorry about what?
I'm sorry for kissing you like that. I went too far.
Yeah, you did. He sighed and ran his finger through his hair.
I didn't mean for it to turn out that way. It's just... I act on impulse, okay? It's difficult to control myself and... What am I saying?
Well, it sounds like an excuse, but maybe a good excuse, I don't know. It's okay. I get what you're trying to say. Thank you for your apology.
Yeah, no problem.
Anyway, if you try to pull any funny business in the future, just a fair warning. I know Taekwondo. I think I've figured enough. Time to get back to the main issue. I almost forgot there were more boys in the house. More boys in the house. So, what exactly are all of you doing in my house?
Miss, please forgive us in our intrusion. We didn't know this abode belonged to anyone, nor did we have the time to take that into consideration.
Okay. What do you mean? You don't just barge into people's homes.
We wouldn't have had to if we weren't as wounded as we are currently. We just escaped from a deadly fight that could have ended our lives. Luckily for us, your home was near and the windows were unlocked, so we quickly came inside.
The last time I remembered, there were laws preventing strangers from stepping on private property. Although, considering the severity of their wounds, it had to be serious. I guess that explains the wounds, but not why he kissed me. He had absolutely no right to do that.
Well, lovely flustered lady, it's hard to explain, truly. We're not exactly normal.
Not normal? What are you guys, demons or something? I asked, almost jokingly, but the boy seemed to take my question differently. He hasn't said much. I think he said, and
Well, yeah, actually, something like that.
Yeah?
We're incubi, miss. Demons who consume and use sexual energy of humans to survive.
Incubi? The fabled demons that existed to hunt humans and make them sex-crazed monsters? The mythical beings that could look like anyone just to get into your pants? The imaginary monsters you only saw in movies or on TV?
Hello? Did you hear him?
We're telling the truth.
Do you think she's still processing it?
Yes, and she'll understand right about...
Right. It was funny while it lasted, but it's time to cut the joke short. Incubuses don't exist. There was no way they existed. That would be practically impossible.
Ahem. Incubi is the correct plural form. And yes, we do exist.
I think he found it even more annoying that I said incubuses instead of incubi than that I actually don't think they exist. Prove it. As soon as the words left my mouth, I instantly regretted them.
Very well. Eric, go ahead.
Why him? Why Eric?
Very well. My sweet, you're so tempting with such non-belief. Let me ease your mind with a tender kiss. I promise you'll enjoy every minute of it, and maybe you'll even want more.
What? Once again, I was lost in a pool of calm and serenity. Staring into Eric's eyes, I felt waves of heat course through my chest and into my face, painting my cheeks red in their wake. I couldn't help but nod and agree to his offer. Yeah. Okay. With another kiss, my heart began to flutter once again in my chest, and my mind was then spinning in the heat, passion-filled pleasure. Yet, I could feel my body drain of energy as he kissed me.
All right, that's enough.
Aw, very well.
Aw!
I feel so much better.
Well, great that you feel so much better. As he pulled away, I was left in a mental mush pool again. I felt weak in the knees, despite my will demanding me to stand straight in front of the boys before me. The world around me began to spin as I tried to speak. I think I'm going to.
Where are our manners? I'm James, and these are my brothers, Sam, Eric, Matthew, and Damien.
Miss, are you okay?
Shit. She fainted.
I could not help it, Sam. Please be nice. I couldn't believe it. Incubi? Real? It all spun around in my head until I saw only black. Floating in the darkness, my mind kept replaying the scene over and over again, reminding my body of the touch of the incubi's lips against mine. However, I began to feel the smooth silk around me and my eyelids unwillingly opened. Where? I awoke to find myself in an unfamiliar place. Where was my mom? Dad? I was pretty sure this wasn't my room. Wait. I lived at my grandfather's house now. Of course it would be unfamiliar. I rubbed my eyes and surveyed my surroundings. I was still in the clothes that I arrived at the house in, but I was lying in a silk-covered bed. I remembered coming in the afternoon, so why was it night already? Suppressing a yawn, I stretched my arms. Maybe I should order some food for delivery. I was feeling pretty hungry. I was about to sit up, but suddenly realized that I wasn't alone.
You're awake.
Huh? Ah! Since when was he standing there? And who the heck was he? A guy in my bedroom. Did we... There's no way! Sorry. I think I was saying my thoughts out loud. Why was I apologizing to a stranger who only said 2 words since I woke up? Wait, he looked eerily familiar. Then it all came back to me. Incubus. He was an incubus. He and his brothers came here for refuge, and 2 of them kissed me, and then I fainted. And that was how things came to this. Oh! You're not very talkative, Damien. He was leaning against the far wall, looking at me. My heart began to race as I thought of the endless list of possibilities this situation brought me. I hated the thought of being under an incubus power, especially in the bathroom. Not in the bathroom, in the bathroom. Be calm, just jump up and protect yourself. Well, he hasn't said a lot, so I don't think he's gonna do anything. I don't think so. So, be calm. I took a deep breath. I was sure that if any of them wanted to take advantage of me, they would have already. That's so a nice thought that they might have taken advantage of you while you were asleep, right? Yeah, I'm awake now.
That's good.
I saw a small formal smile on his face, which made me blush a bit. Why though? One thing still concerned me though.
I'm not going to use my powers on you.
Ah, good. Huh? How? Yeah, I didn't say it out loud.
I can read minds. It's an ability I was born with. Each of us has a different ability, outside of our usual mind-altering powers.
Great. Even more surprises. I grew even more worried about the situation I was in. I see. How long have I been asleep?
For a few hours. It's already gotten quite dark outside.
I can see. Oh, the window. Oh well, where are the others?
My brothers are downstairs, cleaning up the blood from the lobby floor. And making you dinner as an apology.
That's nice. That's nice. Thank God they're cleaning up the blood. Oh, okay. That is unexpectedly sweet.
Oh, it's the least we can do after invading your home and two of us using our powers on you.
You can say that again. You've got a point. Right, I'd forgotten about that. It still irked me that they had practically taken advantage of me at that point. Even if they were demons, it was pretty rude to demonstrate their powers by kissing me. I wasn't some kind of human plaything. All of this seemed pretty unreal. It was like something out of those romance novels that Naomi sometimes read. Does she have a book called Seduce Me? I wish I could have just went back to sleep and forgotten all about this. Maybe I should have just called the police on them. That would have been a good idea. Then I would have never landed myself in this situation.
Do you feel well enough to get out of bed?
Yeah, I think... Whoa!
Trust me, I won't let you go.
You better. I'm not so sure about this.
I promise.
Okay. I trust you.
Good.
I was speechless. He was carrying me as if I weighed nothing. He was so strong.
Thank you.
I can hear my thoughts. Oh yeah. I forgot.
It's all right. I'm used to it.
I decided to close my mouth for the time being so that I wouldn't weird him out or make things more awkward than they already were. Well, he didn't seem to mind carrying me or listening to me talk, so at least things weren't too strange. Damien seemed very quiet and calm about everything, especially with the situation we were in. However, there was a sort of longing in his eyes when he looked at me that wasn't lustful. It was more in admiration. Once we reached the lobby, I decided that I felt well enough to walk on my own. As strong as he was, it was like he was carrying nothing. I didn't want to make him carry me everywhere. Yeah, that would be mortifying. Thanks for carrying me, but I think I can walk by myself now. Not saying that I didn't like it. I mean, I liked it. Not in a weird way, of course. It's not like I get carried around all the time. What I'm trying to say is that it was really nice of you to do that. I started to fumble with my words again. Real smooth.
It's no problem. I'll be heading to the dining room then.
Bye-bye, Damien. Alright, see you. He gently lowered me to the ground before he walked off quietly, disappearing into the shadows of the dark lobby.
Oh, hi!
Hey, Matthew. Suddenly, a boy who looked around my age, or possibly younger, bounced up to me. He bounced. Okay. He looked vaguely familiar. Oh, wait. Ah, you're Matthew, right?
Mm-hmm, that's me. Are you feeling any better now? We were all worried when you suddenly passed out.
Well, it wasn't a surprise, was it? I mean, you did take my energy, man. Twice. Well, not you, but you brought. I'm fine.
Really? Your face is kind of red. Do you feel sick?
No, I'm fine. I'm sure of it. I must have been blushing when Damien was carrying me downstairs. How embarrassing.
Well, if you say so. I hope Sam and Eric didn't make you upset.
It's okay. After all, I did hit Sam after what he did. And about Eric, I just wanted you guys to prove to me what you were saying. I suppose incubi are real then. I wondered how exactly I got myself into this mess. First my grandfather, then a fight with my father, blowing up at Lisette, and now this. I certainly had a knack for getting myself into sticky situations.
Oh, I have an idea.
You do? Oh, he looks so cute. He shoved his hands into the pockets with a cheery grin on his face.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
Wait for it. It's gonna be legendary. Any How I Met Your Mother fans out there? Is he trying to do a magic trick?
Ta-da!
Oh my god, it's evil but so cute with this little knifey. What is that exactly? He smiled as if to wave it off, but when he opened his eyes and saw what he was holding, his face froze in shock.
Wait a second. What did I just make? This is...
Yeah. What he produced from his pocket was a creepy looking doll.
Ah, what is that?
I'm not sure. I'm sorry, every time I heard that laugh, it's just so funny. His face paled considerably and he dropped it onto the floor, scooting away from it frantically.
Get it away from me! It might be possessed by a demon or something!
Matthew, you are a demon yourself. Look at those eyes, though. But isn't he a demon himself?
That's not what I wanted to make! I just wanted to surprise you with a stuffed animal or just something to cheer you up. That looks like it came straight out of a horror movie.
He slumped his shoulders and looked down at his feet. It's okay. You don't have to look so dejected. I mean, it's certainly unique. But you can have it. You can have it, man. I mean, you're a doll. Go have fun with it.
What? I appreciate the thought, but no thanks.
That's too bad. Are you sure? I picked up the doll and waved it around him. It was funny teasing him.
Ah! Help! It's gonna kill me!
I don't think so. Alright. I'll stop.
Anyway, I'm heading back to help out with the food. You can come over if you're hungry.
I think I'll go with you then. Something smells good. My stomach rumbled in agreement. I was starving.
Oh, the girl's awake.
Oh, there's Sam again. The guy who just kissed me. Excuse me, I have a name, you know.
Should we really care?
Should I punch you again?
Sam, I will roast that tongue for dinner if it doesn't stop flapping in that idiotic mouth of yours.
Whatever.
Whatever.
I apologize for his attitude.
Oh, that's fine. I like him anyways.
Good. I hope you'll enjoy the meal we prepared for you.
Hope so too. Would suck if I don't like it. Meal? For a second, my mind didn't understand what James meant. Maybe it was the doll getting to my head and distracting me. Damien just told you. They made you food to apologize. Oh, that's right. Damien and Matthew mentioned that they were making dinner as an apology. Oh, wait. You didn't have to.
We insist. Besides, it's quite impossible to undo our cooking, even if you command us to.
That is a good point. Let's eat. All right. Well, thank you. Matthew put down the last of the plates on the table and bowed a bit to me, gesturing to the table with a sweeping motion.
Ah, there we go. Dinner's all served.
The table was filled with various foods from an eclectic selection of cuisine. One portion of the table was filled with elegantly plated Asian foods, and the other portion some yummy-looking desserts. And there were yet more and more plates than I could have possibly imagined. Whoa, that's a lot of food, and it all looked so good.
We hope you enjoy it, my sweet.
There's he again. What? Sweet? Me?
That's enough, Eric.
You're no fun, James.
I don't need to be fun, Eric. Miss, please follow me.
I don't need to be fun. No, you're sexy enough as it is, James. I didn't know what came over me, whether it was his politeness or maybe his power, but I couldn't help but take his offered arm. James seemed very kind and intelligent, but aside from that, there was something that set him apart from his brothers. Not to mention he didn't really seem to hold much appreciation for them. Well, I don't think that's true. I mean, he's just like a big brother that wants order. Like a teacher, almost.
Miss, I have to ask, why do you live alone?
Oh well, it's kind of a long story.
I'm all ears if you wish to tell.
No. No. We've done this part. We all know it. Sorry, James, not gonna tell you. Like hell no. It's fine. Maybe another time?
Very well. Here's your seat then.
Yes.
Let me get your chair for you, lovely lady.
Oh, Eric was very charming, and his smile pulled at my heart. The way he kept flirting with me definitely designed him as the charmer of the demons. Yet there was a little distance in his eyes.
By the way, I apologize for my behavior earlier. Stealing your second kiss like that.
Huh? Oh yeah, when I didn't believe that they were incubi. Does this woman have a mind that is not very good? Because my mind is not very good right now. I cannot find the word. Because she just can't remember anything. I mean, yeah, it has been a long day and things like that, so maybe that. But come on. It's fine, I guess. I mean, you didn't just get up and grab a kiss from me for no reason, Sam.
I'm not as forward, unlike Sam.
Suddenly, Eric leaned in and whispered in my ear.
I won't lie, though. I enjoyed kissing you and feeling you melt in my arms.
Okay, don't do it so close, man. You're giving me weird feelings. I was torn between smacking him and trying to play it cool. I'm gonna be cool, man. I'm not gonna let me, seduce me into smacking him. I'm gonna be cool. I don't care what you say. Flirty boy. You sure are quite a charmer.
Yes, I am known for that.
Yeah, obviously. As much as I do appreciate the constant compliments, you don't have to keep talking to me like that.
Like what?
He batted his eyelids as if he had no idea what I was talking about, and I couldn't help but laugh. Well, like you're trying to get into my pants half the time. I think not even half the time, like all the time.
I can assure you, I'm just a lover of beautiful women.
Something tells me that there's more to it than that. For a moment, he looked away, losing a bit of his smile. Before I could question it, though, he turned back to me with a new teasing smile.
Did you want there to be more?
Yeah, no. I didn't want to hit him, but I didn't know how to react, so I couldn't look at him. He merely chucked again in my ear. Not in my ear, man, that's too close.
Sorry. You just look so cute when you're blushing.
She looks cute when she's blushing, as you can see the picture. If I'm blushing, my whole head is like tomato red, and oh my god, it's not cute at all. I felt my face heat up simply from his words. I then felt Eric take my hand and kiss it gently. Man, you want to get smacked or what?
I hope you'll enjoy dinner, however, my dear.
Oh, I always like food. Food is my friend. I drew my attention back to the dishes. I was both intrigued and slightly scared by the amount of food they had made. Seeing my expression, Eric leaned forward and proudly smiled, gesturing through all the dishes with a dramatic sweep of his arm.
I made almost all of the dishes myself.
Well, I don't believe you, but okay. Humorously enough, Matthew looked at him with a shocked expression, as if he was betrayed. His face changed instantly to that of a frown.
And I'm the Queen of the Nile.
I like it so much when he says that. Yeah, and I'm the Queen of the Nile.
What's that supposed to mean?
Me, you, and James did the work together, dummy.
It's you, James, and I, Matthew.
Again with the correcting, man. Again, he seems like it is more important that Matthew speaks correctly than the fact that Eric tried to get away with the cooking all by himself, with the praise of the cooking, buddy.
Little boys will always make mistakes.
Matthew looked at James in disbelief, probably for signing with Eric, and he annoyedly swiveled back to Eric to confront him.
I'm not a little boy. I'm barely a year younger than you.
Well, you certainly don't act like it.
And you act like a grown-up, like, come on, Eric. I really couldn't help but laugh. Matthew seemed very much like a kid. He was adorable. However, I couldn't help but feel like in a way he was much more mature than the others. Especially Eric.
Huh? Is something funny?
No, it's nothing at all. Thank you for the meal. All of you.
Oh. You're welcome, miss.
Such a well-mannered young lady. Beautiful inside and out.
Eric, knock it off.
In agreement with Matthew, Sam cocked up his head and glared at Eric.
Seriously, you're getting really annoying with that suck-up act.
It was obviously that Sam was the bad boy of the group and we're going for him this time, so ladies. We had this big thought act, and it was obviously he was physically stronger than the rest of the guys. But was there more to him than that? Absolutely, and we're going to figure it out.
I'm just trying to be a gentleman. The young girl has already gone through so much. She deserves a good treatment.
I did so much.
There's a difference between being a gentleman and being an obnoxious flirt.
Well said, James.
Schooled even by James. You're gonna need some cold water for that burn.
Burn! Hey, Damien. You joined too?
By the way, I don't believe we caught your name even though you know each of us.
Ah, I'm Jennifer.
It's a pleasure to finally know your name.
James.
Yeah, that's a nice name.
Thank you. They were all comfortable around me, despite the awkward situation we were in. It was as if it was natural for them to be around humans. I guess that was just how incubi worked. But I was still curious about one thing. Excuse me. All at once, they looked at me. I didn't know why, but having all of them look at me made me feel kind of important. Like a queen or something.
What is it, miss?
I wanted to thank you for the food, but I still want to know why you all came here. I feel like I don't quite understand. Understand? Yeah. Like being told that a bunch of incubi randomly appearing in your house was a perfectly understandable.
Oh, how do we explain?
We were attacked. We came here to heal. What's so difficult to understand?
Calm down, Sam.
Now you're just being rude, Sam.
I'm just saying, how is that difficult to understand?
No, I mean, what specifically happened?
Well, you see, we've been traveling around for quite some time now. Just recently we came into town, but we were jumped by this band of misfits. So, in order to escape and heal, we came here for shelter. Again, we apologize for the mess we made.
Well, you cleaned it up, so no problem. It's fine, I guess. So, you're all better now, right?
Yup, all thanks to you.
Huh? Me?
You see, beautiful, we feed on sexual energy.
Sexual?
But we don't just get it from kissing lovely ladies such as yourself. We can simply touch someone's hand to obtain sexual energy. Everyone carries sexual energy, you know.
Okay. I was still in shock about their powers. It wasn't just kisses that gave them power. It was anything physical. No wonder I was out for a while. These incubi intrigued me, but at the same time I could almost hear a warning siren going off in my head. That would be the normal thing to think, girl.
Is there anything else you wish to know?
Well, What do you all plan to do now?
Yeah, what are we gonna do now, James?
That is a very good question. We just got here and surely we'll be hunted again if we leave.
We can take him easily.
I don't think so.
Not without more training, Sam. The result of that was clearly evident in our last encounter with them.
At that moment, I didn't know what came over me, but suddenly I felt sorry for them. They couldn't possibly survive out there. If they didn't know it was illegal to break into people's homes, they probably didn't know a bunch of other stuff. They probably would cause chaos all over town. Chaos is a ladder. Or, on the flip side, they could be taken in for questioning and be poked and prodded like lab frogs for research. That was even worse. But most of all, they reminded me of back then. Flashback! I was standing alone. The entire classroom was filled with laughter and chatter, but I stood in the midst of it, quiet and alone. It was strange seeing the whole world pass in front of me with such vibrancy, all while I stood there. On the plus side, I wasn't engaged in any of the drama that might have arisen, like stripping on someone's paper for revenge or kicking someone too hard. You can kick them like not too hard. No man, you just can't kick. I'm a teacher, I say so. It was kind of nice just standing back and watching things pass by and life go on. It seems so boring to do that, you know? Safe maybe, but boring. I had long before convinced myself that I preferred being alone. I often said to myself in encouragement, yeah, I want to be alone. There's no one I like better than me, so I ought to spend more time with myself. Oh, there can be too much time with yourself. But there was a certain bitterness to it. Coupled with being alone made me feel so sad. There was a difference between being alone and lonely. I just didn't realize it at the moment. And even after that moment, my father, my mother, there was no one to turn to. I was so lonely. That's when I decided on it right then. I was going to see my grandfather. I didn't care if father wouldn't take me. I was going to walk my way over there and see what he had to say about it. I've never seen him before that. Is that a real sentence in English? Right. What better time to see him then? If no one else was going to help me with what I was feeling, I might as well have turned to him. So after school, I decided to walk there. I had no idea how to get there, and I was armed with only a scrap of paper with the address scribbled on it. As a 7-year-old... Her parents, man. Her parents. As a 7-year-old, not supposed to be out into the world all by yourself. No. No. I awfully had great ideas. I soon became lost. And, like I always did when I felt lost, I stood there on the sidewalk, back pressed up against the wall and eyes looking at the strangers passing by. And, like always, people continued to pass by, and life continued to go on. I was sadder than ever. I had ended up in the situation I was originally in. Nothing had changed. I thought that I was silly for even thinking that I could change things with my own hands. That was until a voice brought me back to reality.
Hun, is that you?
It's like the 100th time I play this game, but every time I'm like, it is so strange that he finds her there. Maybe it is close to his house, but then again, he lives in a big mansion, so I don't think he would take walks very often. Or just, it is so weird that happened. I looked up and saw an unfamiliar face, but it was obvious that whoever was talking to me knew who I was. And from the moment, things began to change. Life began moving its rusty joints, and I realized that things were moving along. Suddenly, I had become part of the crowd that moved like a blur past me. I was no longer someone who stood still and watched others hurry past me. Life had changed. I had changed. Because the very person who found me that day was my grandfather. I had the opportunity to help them, though would I? I wanted to, but I wasn't sure if that was the best idea. After all, 5 demons in my house wasn't exactly the living arrangement that I had imagined when I first moved in. There was the matter of making sure no one found out about their powers. Thinking about them as lab rats made my stomach queasy. And even if they passed for humans, how would I explain having guys living in my house? Imagine if my friends came over. They would practically think I was part of a harem or something. Oh God. Imagine if my parents came over. I think my mom would faint. And for good reason. Who knows what my dad would do? I think he would have them arrested on the spot. I don't agree with your dad a lot, but I would agree with that. This was hard. Maybe I should have written out a pros and cons list before actually having to make the decision.
Don't worry too much about it. You have plenty of time to decide. Besides, you should do what makes you happy as well.
It was strange that I happened to remember what my grandfather said to me when I was little. But it did kind of make sense. They weren't in the same exact situation that I was in before, but I did want to help them out. I think it would ease my conscience and also make me a bit happy to give them help, as weird as they sounded. Clenching my hands into fists, I strengthened my resolve to speak up. Well, you could.
What was that, lovely lady?
That is,
Spit it out already.
Alright, Sam. You could stay with me here, if you like. Boom! All boys on screen. As soon as I finished my sentence, the room became still. I'm not sure what went through their heads from my words. The silence in the air cut like a knife until I finally spoke up once more. It seemed like you all needed a place to stay, and, well, I just moved into this giant house, so it seemed like it made sense. It was still quiet in the room. I decided to keep talking. If you would like to stay here, though, there are 2 things that I need all of you to follow.
Yes?
First of all, you can't use your powers or deliberately do something that might harm me or any guest that comes over. Well, stay from enemies, but you get the drift.
That sounds reasonable.
It does. Second, you have to help me with my errands around the house. This place is kind of big, so yeah.
That is a generous offer, miss. Are you sure that would be okay? We don't wish to burden you any more than we already have.
It's alright, really. I mean, I just started living here myself, so I would appreciate some help around the house.
A wonderful idea. We'll live here and train while helping you with the house. Servants for the lovely princess.
Yay!
What? Are you serious?
You don't like the idea, Sam? How am I not surprised? I don't think you're a guy who likes to clean up.
Shh, be quiet, Sam. I haven't slept in a bed for days.
They all seem to like the idea, except for Sam. And hey, I didn't really hate the idea either, even if they were incubi. It would be interesting having 5 guys help me with taking care of the house, given they would follow the rules that I had laid down.
Grr, fine, but we're not staying here forever. Only until we can beat up that group of punks.
Punks!
I think that is a reasonable time limit for our stay.
Yes, this is awesome.
Also beautiful. If you need a bedfellow.
No, I'm gonna stop you right here. No thank you, no thank you, no thank you.
Eric, knock it off.
Thank you, James. I was happy that they agreed. Maybe it was because I wasn't going to be lonely for a while. Maybe it was because they all needed help and my want to help people was fulfilled. I would never be sure.
So what are we waiting for? Let's celebrate and dig in.
Let's eat!
Finally, I'm starving.
Instantly, Matthew and Sam began to stuff themselves with the food on the table. I noticed James' eyes twitching in irritation, so I stifled my incoming laugh.
Really, you two? You're both acting like pigs.
Oh, let them have a little freedom, James. It's not like we've eaten recently either. I'm sure they've been starving.
Still, that's no excuse for stuffing their faces like backyard swine.
I almost couldn't hold it in. So I'm not gonna do it. So I didn't. I couldn't hold in my laughter anymore. As I laughed, Matthew and Sam looked my way, faces stuffed.
Is something funny? What are you laughing at?
I stopped to catch my breath. I leaned over the table and looked and took a few breaths before replying. You both are so funny. Both of their faces turned a slight pink before they looked away from me, and they swallowed the food in their mouth.
Shut up! We're not funny. We're hungry.
Oh, you can be both.
Well, we're glad that we made you laugh.
Shut up, Matthew!
What? I'm just saying.
See, James, it's entertainment for her.
James is not having any of it. They were funny to me. At least they enjoyed the food. As I watched, I took a couple of pieces of food for myself and placed them on my plate before eating as well. Eventually, we all ate dinner together. It was strange, eating with just guys, but they were enjoyable to be around. They made me feel like part of their family as we ate together. However, our peace was soon disturbed. Huh? It's my mom. Excuse me. Hello?
Hey, honey, how are you? I'm sorry I didn't get to see you off.
Hey, Mom. Everything's fine. I'm actually eating dinner right now.
Oh, good, good. So there was food there. Well, your father wanted me to call and talk to you about having a house party tomorrow night to celebrate the new house and all.
A house party? Tomorrow night? So soon?
Your father insists. You know how he is with events.
Well, events, life, just a very difficult man. I don't like him. I think of all the characters in this game, I hate the father the most. And that includes everyone we're going to meet in this game. Oh my god. It's raining very hard. Very, very hard. I don't know if you can hear it on the recording, so hope not. We'll see. It's raining, it's raining. I knew exactly what she meant. He didn't like long, relaxing periods between important events. It was slightly messed up. Slightly. I was expected to act on the drop of a dime. From moving immediately the day after her funeral to my grandfather's house, to now organizing a party. I think that Dad has to go into therapy. Not that therapy is a bad thing or anything. It can really solve a lot of problems that you have. I'm pro-therapy. But that's why I really think it could help that father, because man, he's annoying. I know. Well, since I don't exactly have you two here to help me arrange it, I'm going to need some time to prepare things.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, Suzu and Naomi can help. I have work, and you know how your father is.
I'm sorry, but you don't even know if Naomi and Suzu have plans, man. I know. I have to do it myself. He won't help.
I'm sure it'll be amazing, honey. I have faith in you.
Thanks, Mom.
All right, I gotta go. I love you, sweetie.
I love you too, Mom. Great. Now how am I going to do this?
Is something wrong?
She has to organize a house party for her parents.
Damien is a very handy guy to have around, though. You don't have to explain anything. Huh? How did you... Oh my god, she forgot again? Alright. Mind reading. But yeah, I gotta do it soon or my parents will be really disappointed. I have to stay up and organize everything tonight.
Hey, why don't we help you? That's what we're here for, right?
I don't see why not.
I can name a few reasons why we shouldn't.
Sam?
Back off!
We'll take care of everything, miss. Just leave everything to us.
That was surprising. I didn't think the boys would offer help right off the bat. Oh, they're good little boys. I couldn't help but smile. I was actually rather thankful now that I let them stay. Now I didn't have to do everything alone. As I kept thinking about it, I could only help but yawn.
Feeling a little tired over there, princess?
Yeah. It's been a long day. At least tomorrow's the weekend so I can sleep in. Then it hit me. Wait. Where are you all going to sleep?
We found some guest rooms on the opposite end of the house from the master bedroom. I'm sure those will do just fine.
Oh, got it. Alright then. I'm heading to my room to study and sleep. I guess see you all tomorrow?
Have a good night.
I will. You too. With that, I left the dining room and went to my room.
Eric? No.
Stupid Eric!
What? I wasn't going to do anything.
Like anyone would believe you.
Yes.
Ooh! My reddies are fighting again. Oh, Damien.
Shh!
As soon as I got into my room, a wave of exhaustion hit me. Why am I so tired all of a sudden? I just woke up from that nap. Well, what happened that day, so... I dragged myself to my bed and held up one of my bags. I opened it and grabbed my economics book, knowing that, no matter how tired I was, I had to study at least a page or two before sleeping at last. The words on the page scrambled in my mind as I read through them, but after 2 or 3 tries, I managed to understand what the page was about. Equations. Finally, I decided to change him into my pajamas and head to bed. Today had been a long day and I needed the rest. Hopefully, tomorrow will be better. 3 days of surprises in a row would kill me. Well, I don't think so. I think we're gonna have a lot more surprises, so... With that thought in my mind, I drifted to sleep, embracing the darkness of slumber.
You fucking pretty boys think you're all that, huh? Well, save that to the end of my pistol!
Huh? What's going on? I couldn't move my body. I felt like I was tied up, and I couldn't see anything beyond the darkness that surrounded me. Yet I could hear the sound of heated argument coming at me from all directions.
One move and she gets it!
Let her go!
Matthew?
Come on, chicken shit. Fight us like a real man.
Yeah, like a... I don't think he's a man, though. Like a demon.
Like you scare me, Sam. Come on. Take one step. I dare ya.
Don't dare Sam, man. Why can't I see?
Stay away from her, Malix!
And what are you gonna do, nerd boy?
He is a nerd boy. Good one, Alex. Suddenly, I felt myself pulled to one side, and my arms wrapped around my body protectively.
I've got you. Don't worry.
Oh, nice, Eric. Huh? Eric? As I was held in a tight embrace, I felt the words around me once again settle into a low, peaceful hum. The hostility of the dream before had faded into black, as the arms around me rocked me comfortably. Slowly, though, my eyes fluttered open, and I looked up at the person holding me. Damien? Is he really holding her? I stared into the eyes of Damien. His face was painted with worry and concern. I knew he must have seen my dream. Why did I dream of Eric holding me, though?
You can't control your dreams.
True that. Oh well, I guess you're right.
Are you okay?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you. What time is it?
It's 9 a.m. James and I were making breakfast when well...
You can't control your mind reading?
No, not yet at least. I hope to learn eventually, though.
Is everything alright?
Yeah, I'm alright.
That's good. I'm assuming you had a nightmare.
Yeah, what else would it have been, man? Or I would have been attacked, but then Damien would have let you know. Yeah, I'm sorry for disturbing you both.
You didn't disturb us, miss. Besides, we'd rather make sure you're okay before anything.
Oh, thank you.
Now, why don't you come downstairs with us and have some breakfast? I'm sure some nice food will take your mind off of what you dreamt of.
Always. I love food, food, food. I was embarrassed to be the damsel in distress once again, but I felt rather happy that James and Damien were concerned for me, despite only knowing me for a short time. I wasn't sure if it was just courtesy or if they were genuinely concerned. I couldn't exactly read their minds. Hey, monsieur! It's my doggy duck! You want some attention, my doggy duck? Or are you going after the flies again? Yes, you are. The two boys led me back to the dining room, where the smell of bacon and eggs danced in the air. The smell wafted from the kitchen and made its way into the room, making my stomach growl in need. Breakfast smells good.
We should be done with breakfast soon. If you want to sit down at the table, you can.
I nodded before sitting down. As I sat down, however, my mind drifted back to the dream I had. The feeling of hostility around me made my body shudder instinctively, even though I knew it wasn't real. However, as my eyes closed, I felt a hunt is the Dutch word for hand. You write it the exact same way. I felt a hand place itself on top of my head, breaking me out of my thoughts. Huh?
Morning. You alright?
My cute little Sam. Yeah, I'm fine. Sam, the owner of the hand on my head, raised an eyebrow at me before rustling my hair and moving away to sit down at the table. He then barked towards the kitchen where James was working.
Hey! Is the food done yet? I'm starving!
There's no need to yell, Sam!
You're yelling too!
Don't argue with me!
Awesome. Oh, look at the smirk on Sam's face. I love it. From behind me, Eric appeared and sat beside me, rubbing his temples in obviously annoyance. Not a morning person. Me neither, though.
Can we not yell this early in the morning? It's not like we're in the castle.
Castle? For some reason, when I heard the word castle, I couldn't help but yell in surprise. These guys had a castle? Sam looked at me and smirked at my reaction.
Yeah, we have a castle back home. Our dining room's 10 times bigger than this room.
And this room is pretty big already. Alright.
And wouldn't it be logical to not yell?
Whatever.
Doesn't matter. We're going to yell anyways. Soon, James and Damien appeared, hands full of plates that carried bacon, egg, toast, and waffles. They placed the plates down by each seat before seating themselves.
My favorite.
Finally.
Thank you for the breakfast. It looks amazing.
It's our pleasure.
All of a sudden, my phone began to ring, on hearing me to pull it from my pocket and answer. Hello.
Hey, good morning. Guess who's at your door right now?
Don't say you. Don't say you. Please don't. Right on cue, there was a knock from the lobby door. My heart stopped. Suzu and Naomi were here.
I'll get it.
My heart... Stupid Matthew. My heart quickly began to pound in my chest. Matthew was in the lobby and he got to the door first. I instantly jumped out of the chair and rushed out of the dining room. As I passed through archway between the dining room and the lobby, I saw Matthew reach his hand from the brass door handle, causing the world to go into slow motion. Matthew, don't! But before my words could reach his ears, Matthew had opened the door and revealed the surprised faces of Naomi and Suzu. The world around me stopped as Suzu and Naomi kept their eyes on Matthew, who merely stared back in fear and embarrassment. I could feel the air go from warm to freezing in a matter of seconds.
Hi?
I could not believe this was happening. How was I going to explain this? This week was already bad enough. To make matters worse, I was frozen in place. Please, for God's sake, someone do something other than stand there.
Who are you?
Suzu, let me explain.
What's going on here?
Who's at the door, Matthew? Oh.
Soon the other incubi appeared in the lobby with us. The situation was not getting pretty. I had to think fast. They're in your head. Suzu reached out and poked Matthew on the forehead. Making him stare cross-eyed at her finger.
Hello to you too?
I totally forgot that happened.
Seems real to me.
They're not imaginary.
That you even consider that, man. It was no use. There was no time to lie to them. I felt helpless. Then I felt a hand on my shoulder and felt the tension in my body almost fade away. I turned my head to see James smile at me before stepping in front of me.
We must apologize, ladies. We know the situation must be confusing for everyone. Let's take this to the dining room and we'll explain everything.
I stared at James, wide-eyed. Was he going to tell them who they were? Everything seemed surreal. Before I knew it, I was led to the dining room along with Suzu and Naomi and sat across from their confused gazes. As Naomi and Suzu sat down, Eric and Matthew placed their untouched plates of food in front of them, surprising their guest.
Whoa, this looks amazing!
Thank you!
Our pleasure, ladies. We hope you enjoy your meals.
Make sure you dig in!
I looked at Naomi and Suzu as they began to eat, visibly enjoying every bite they placed in their mouth. Hopefully the food would ease their minds for whatever James wanted to reveal. As Naomi and Suzu ate their impromptu meals, James and the other boys stood behind my chair, making me grow more red in the face.
So, Anderson, are you gonna tell us what's going on?
Well, you see, Gently, James placed a hand on my shoulder again, signaling me to just eat my food. As I began to eat, he spoke to Naomi and Suzu.
We are Miss Anderson's house servants. We were hired by her late grandfather to help around the mansion, but since he has passed, we now assist Miss Anderson with living on her own.
But it's the first time I thought about that, but I didn't tell James what had happened last night. Normally I would, but for the sake of just going through, and I think it's only necessary at James' route, so I didn't do that. So how the hell does he know that I live here alone? Because my grandfather died and left me the estate, and my parents are like bitches. So how does he know that now?
That makes sense. It's such a huge house.
A huge house for a wonderful princess such as Miss Anderson deserves the greatest of servants to care for it.
But why are you all dressed so casually and stuff? Aren't servants supposed to have uniforms or whatever?
Well, Miss Anderson allows us to get comfy while we work, so she lets us wear casual clothes.
Yeah, sounds good.
Sam is not having it.
We're sorry if we made the situation awkward earlier.
We're very sure that Miss Anderson is also still getting used to having us as her servants. It would be very hard to explain after just a day.
I guess.
So, if I may ask, what brings you two ladies here?
Well, we wanted to see how our friend was doing. Since it's the weekend and all, usually we hang out and just chill.
Yeah, like going to the arcade and stuff.
Or the Pink Lady Cafe.
There's an arcade?
That makes a lot of sense, ladies. Well, we don't wish to disturb you any further than we have, so we'll take our leave and start preparing the house.
Huh? Preparing for what?
We gotta prep the house for some sort of housewarming party thing.
Our princess's parents requested a housewarming party to be held here soon.
And by soon, they mean tonight.
Oh, well, I guess we can help out or something. Right, Naomi?
I thought you wanted to go to the arcade.
Yeah, what happened to the plan to go to the arcade?
This housewarming thing is more important.
It is.
No need. We can handle it. If you'd like to, miss, you can go out with your friends while we handle things here.
Seriously?
Sam doesn't think so.
Sam, not now.
Not now, man. Come on. Well, I wanted to help out, but at the same time, I wanted to go with my friends. James gave me a look of understanding, letting me know that if I left, everything would be okay. I had a decision to make. Well, I'm gonna stay, of course. So, yes.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. Besides, it's my housewarming party. I should help out too.
Want us to help out as well?
I think we got it all taken care of. Thanks though, girls. Yeah, leave me alone with my 5 boys.
Alright, we'll head on out then so we're not in the way.
Yes. Sorry guys, I hang out with you guys soon.
It's all good, Anderson. We'll definitely come to the housewarming party tonight.
Thank you. Thank you. I led them back into the lobby and walked them to the doors, opening it for them with a thankful smile. They both gave me hugs before walking out to Naomi's car, which was parked in the driveway. And with that, they left. I was happy that they wanted to help, but I had to do this on my own. It was not their work, so I didn't want to force it on them just because they were my best friends. What are friends for? We had the entire day to work. The party was tonight and we had to do all we could to make everything right. We sat down and talked about what needed to happen before the party started that night. Each guy had been assigned a different part of the party to do. Right after lunch, we began to work. Since everything was taken care of by at least one incubus, James told me I could assist one of them. The question was, who? Sam! With the front yard. Alright, let's go to the front yard. I walked out to the front yard to see Sam not cleaning, but doing slow motion with his hands and arms. He was doing Tai Chi, a form of martial arts I had previously learned aside from Taekwondo. However, he wasn't cleaning, which made me cross my arms and glare at him. Aren't we supposed to be cleaning the front yard?
You were taking too long. I already finished cleaning.
Excuse me, it's been what? 2 minutes? What? I looked around the front and noticed that the windows were polished. The weeds were pulled and tossed out from the sidewalk. The lamps were wiped down and the stairs were swept. He really did finish cleaning. We literally disbanded a mere minute ago, though. Whoa, you work fast. Sam didn't respond. He kept his eyes closed and continued to do his Tai Chi. Tai Chi. For a guy who wanted to be a badass, I would have imagined him doing hard workout or karate move for practice. Tai Chi was not what I expected out of him. I stood there wondering what to do. Well, I think we're going to join him, of course. Because why not? You also practice, so it wouldn't be a complete failure. Okay. I remained quiet as I stood beside him and began to move along with his movement. He was going slow, so it was easy to follow along.
What are you doing?
What does it look like I'm doing?
This isn't supposed to be fun, okay? It's actually supposed to be difficult.
I know. Sam opened an eye to look at me without breaking his motion before closing it and continuing. I followed along flawlessly, keeping to his speed. It was very relaxing, until I managed to trip over my feet and land on Sam. Of course you did.
Oof. Hey! Watch it!
Sorry. I had landed on top of Sam, staring eye to eye with him. Sam and I couldn't stop blushing, nor did either of us move from the ground. I could hear my heart pound against his chest. Sam didn't have a muscle. No, he has muscles. Sam didn't move a muscle, but just stared at me stared up at me in embarrassment. I eventually moved up off of him and brushed myself off with a large blush on my face. Sam sat up and rubbed his head.
Man, watch where you're going next time.
I nodded. He stood up and looked at me for a moment. I could see in his eyes that he was concerned if I was okay, but he refused to ask. I smiled before walking back into the house. I heard him sigh before I walked out of earshot. I'm going to save for a moment, because I think I'm going to stop it right here, but I'm not sure. Maybe there are a couple of sentences more, I don't know. Let's see. No, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode of Seduce Me, the Otome, Sam's Route. Bye!